Hello and welcome to another video from Ellensburg Amplifier Repair and Service here in Central Washington. My name's Todd, and today we're going to go over a US AMPS AX3200DE. This isn't going to be really a repair video. Don't get me wrong, this is in for repair, but I am not seeing anything to repair so far. I just wanted to go over with you guys this particular amplifier, and when I was talking with the customer, I was doing some research on these before I agreed to take it in, and just a first glimpse online of the very few pictures that I found, I looked at it and said, oh, it's a standard Class AB. Well, it's not a Class AB. Anyone that deals with amplifiers knows if they see inductors, then you're going to have some high frequency switching going on, because that's what these are used for, unless it's to smooth out like your DC rail voltage. If this was to smooth out your DC rail voltage, I wouldn't expect these to be in between the output section. I would expect them over here by the rail capacitors. So I don't, when I saw these inductors, and I'm like, oh gosh, okay, well this has some high frequency switching circuitry, which is where they're getting the 3200D from. I'm not sure. I don't know what the E stands for. Is it an AX3200D Extreme or something? I have no idea. Don't know what the D or the E is for. But what I can tell you is how this is functioning. So you have a standard power supply. It has, sorry, right off the camera here, it's got 4 transformers. It uses a 494 to swing the transformers. It's your standard amplifier, goes through your rail capacitors. It gets rectified, of course. It goes through your rail capacitors. And then, of course, it feeds the amplifier section. And we're running, let me get a voltage here for you guys. So we're running 98 volts on the rails on this. So you're going to have 98 volts positive and 98 volts negative. So you have a potential of 200 volts here, which, you know, is pretty decent amount for a amplifier. 200 volts is good. You have a lot of voltage potential to swing a subwoofer in the positive and negative direction. So standard power supply. It's let me just get it on the scope here for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the power supply is swinging the standard 26 kilohertz, which is really common for power supplies, is your 26 kilohertz off of a 494. So then over here at the output section, you have 2 TL072s. Oh, darn it, it's behind my scope image right here, but there's 2 TL072s. Let me see here. Can I get that in view here? Where am I at here? Oh, just in view. There we go. So there's your 2 TL072s right there. And what they're doing is they're taking the input signal and they are turning this into a Class D switching signal. And you'll see here when I show you, this is a typical standard run-of-the-mill Class D switching style. So what we have, I'll go ahead and show you what we got going on here. So we have a rail-to-rail switching of 67.6 kilohertz for this whole bank right here. And if you look at that signal, that drive, you'll be like, yep, you've seen this before. And then if you go to the other side here, you will see, well, it's a little bit of a blur right now, but so let me try to get this on the scope for you guys. And show you what we have here. So there's your, what I call the negative rail drive. This is referenced to the negative rail. Right. Let's see, where was I? Sorry, I had a box dropped off from Tar Amps. So let's see here. The drive. Oh, so yeah. So as you can see, I do have the drive signal, just as messy as can be. Yeah, so the crossover point on this, I'm not sure where the crossover setup on this is. Well, I'm all the way down, so I'm at 50 hertz. Oh, that's why it didn't like me really going up over 50. So, so you can see here all the way down to 40 hertz. On my signals right here, 30 hertz. So there you are, 31.4, 41, 50. Lock on there. It triggers off just a hair. But you can see though that I do have output signal. So I'm going to put this on the load bench, but I'm not seeing any issues from here. It should be taking a signal in. It looks like it's modulating just the way it should as a standard Class D amplifier. The rail to rail and the low side reference to negative rail drive. Nothing's heating up. Everything's cool as beans. Again, please guys, remember you have a 200 volt potential here. So keep your fingers out of these rectifiers and keep your fingers out of the outputs. So from here forward, you have a potential of 200 volts. So safety first, please. So that's what I wanted to point out here on this AX3200DE by US Amps. It's a great board. So I do thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below there, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.